Hi everybody, I've been working with the new Silly Wink vinyl, and I've already hit some snags. So I thought I would tell you what they are so you don't make the same mistakes I have. First of all, here's the regular pumps. I'm using the same pump pattern as I did for the other regular pump pattern for the vinyl. This is the glitter pumps, same pattern as the vinyl. It works just as well. Here's the, I haven't put any bottoms or trims yet on any of these shoes because I can't decide what I like. But the pumps turned out really cute and they're so simple to make, and I haven't had any problem with the pumps because it's just a straight stitch up the back and around the top, glue it down, and done. You can do these in, like, I don't know, once you get them cut out, you can get them done in, like, I don't know, half hour. They're so simple. But it's just a matter of what kind of trim you want to put on them and your base, whether you want to put a fabric base, a felt base. I mean, they look so cute without anything on them, but you have to put something to cover this up. So, you know, you need to decide what that's going to be. Here's the Mary Janes. The Mary Janes is the same pattern as the pumps. The only difference is for the Mary Janes, I just did a little crossover in the middle so that you can put your straps across. This was my first attempt, and I put the I didn't make a big enough. I didn't make this big enough, so I redid it. But I was trying to use the snaps on the Mary Janes to see if I could get that snap to work. I did get it through, but I'm not. I don't trust it to hold. I really don't think it will hold. I had a heck of a time doing it. So then I tried putting the other half of the snap, and this is the 7/16, which is way too big for these little shoes, and this one is the little 3/8, which is less than half an inch, and that would probably fit good on these shoes. But same thing. I just don't think that this glitter vinyl will hold well with these snaps. But you can get them through the. You can try it. It might work for you. But if you're going to keep putting them on and off, I don't think they'll last very long. I don't think this glitter foam fabric will hold up to that kind of daily use. If you're just going to make it a shelf sitter, that would be fine. It will work okay. But for a daily taking on and off for a little kid to play with, it's not going to work. I mean, it won't last long, but you know. Okay, so then I went to, this is the vinyl, the real actual vinyl, and it's very strong, and these shoes would hold up for a long, long time. You don't have to worry about these going bad because it is the actual real vinyl. Okay, so this was my second attempt at the Mary Janes, and instead of this time I did the Velcro. So I've got the placement on the pattern for where to put the Velcro or the strap, because you're going to do it opposite for each of the shoe. The strap to get across these little shoes is probably about 2.5 inches. So this is the Mary Jane. It's very cute, but I got to warn you about something on these too. When I was sewing the let me set her up there. When I was sewing the Velcro on this strap, I went across. I went once, and then I went backstitched, and I shouldn't have done that because it almost perforated the foam fabric. So if you're going to sew these on, be very gentle about how you sew it, and don't keep repeating over the same area, because you're going to end up almost perforating the foam fabric. I could take this off and redo this and put a replacement strap on these, but it's going to be hard now to get this apart. I mean, I could probably do it, but it's going to be very difficult for me to sew now on my sewing machine to get a new strap on. I'd probably end up having to take this off and glue it on. So anyway, that's one thing you want to avoid. But they're cute too. But you do see because I'm using I'm sewing two pieces of the silly winks together to get the strap, so I have some kind of sturdiness to go across. I suppose you could put fabric or lace or ribbon or something on the other side if you want to make them thinner, but you'll just have to play around with it and see what works best for you. So they're good for the pumps, they're good for the Mary Janes, and I thought, well, why can't I try them for the this thing here. It works because it does hold your snaps in place. The only problem is once you go like this and then hammer it with your hammer, you almost have to pry this apart to get this out of here because it tends to stick in here. But for the cost, it's probably a pretty good deal. I mean, it works. It does work besides using one of the machines. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, so now this is where I ran into problems. When I did the boot, you know how when you do the boot you got the toe piece, and then you have to take your toe piece and attach it to your inside of your boot, and you're sewing this into that, and you know how hard it is. So it didn't work. So what I had to end up doing is when I took my toe piece in the glitter, I had to cut my diamonds out prior to sewing it to this boot part. But that doesn't matter anyway, because unless you really want these shoes, I wouldn't even suggest that you make them. Another mistake I made was I wanted to make a little half boot, so I took my pattern and I copied it. So this is the regular boot pattern, and this is the back. So what I did is I took my pin and I dipped it. I just came down and dipped it to get that half look, because this is the front, and I thought, okay, that would cause that little dip will cause your boot to come around to the front, and it did. It worked fine, but it bent the foam right here for one thing. So you're going to have that little damage right there in the middle unless you go up. I don't know. I just don't recommend this pattern. I mean, it's really cute if you're just going to use it with regular, but I wouldn't use it with the silly winks. Another mistake I made, see how I didn't line up these have to be lined up. I didn't take into account my seam allowance. So I put in my seam allowance on both sides, and then they didn't line up because I didn't go across this way far enough before I made my dip, so I would have enough room to keep those even. So that's another thing you need to look for. But the reason why I wouldn't use this pattern for this glitter foam, the silly winks, is already because you have to sew. Well, it shouldn't matter. The glitter's already coming off on this because I've sewed over it. The glitter's off here. The glitter's off here. I didn't have trouble with any of the glitter coming off of these, but maybe it's just the yellow, or maybe I just got a bad piece of foam. But if you really want these little half boots in the glitter, you can do it, but I'd recommend it either in the glitter fabrics, the real fabrics, or the actual vinyl itself. But another thing that would be really cute is to take these in the Christmas colors, like the golds and take your. I was playing around with it, and I thought it looks so cute. But even my gold piece isn't working well. So okay, so there's your little half boot, and I thought it would be so cute if you took this glitter. There's a couple different there's a brand called GLIT, and Hobby Lobby carries it, and it's all of the glitter yarn, but it doesn't have any of the opposite. It's like if it was all gold, it would be completely gold. The Martha Stewart has a little white regular eyelash yarn mixed in with her glitter, which is pretty, but it's not all glitter. But anyway, I was thinking that you could take this before you put your shoe together. Take your glitter yarn and either crochet it into a chain or braid it into a chain until you can get it as thick as you like it. And then you can, before you put your shoe together, you can, I don't know if you can see that or not, before you put your shoe together, you can put a topping of, sew a little topping of your glitter yarn on the top of your boots, and that would be really cute for even a little fabric boot. You could do that for a Christmas design. So anyway, that's my adventures on this Silly Winks. So I'm not going to make any more boots with it, but they are adorable for the little pumps. So I was playing around with the different trims you can use on these too, and you can just make the most beautiful, absolutely beautiful look on these shoes just by adding trim. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? Another thing was I used this plain old polyester. This is so old. This was from Walmart from years ago, and you can take this and you can make your little straps that strips across. You know, you can do your own designs and make multiple straps across. This is that Christmas Magic, or Make It Christmas, and I thought that would be beautiful with the gold pumps. So in other words, make your gold pumps like this, and then take this maroon and gold trim around the top of the, you can take this and put this around the top of your pump and around the bottom, and I mean, you can just go to town, just make the most incredibly beautiful designs, especially if the doll's just a shelf sitter. If she's just going to sit on a shelf, you don't really have to worry about whether or not these glitter shoes are going to hold up. The only time you need to worry about that is if, you know, your kids are going to be playing with them a lot, because they probably won't make it very long. But the options are just gorgeous. So anyway, that's where I'm at. I was playing around with the vinyl, thinking I could make some little vinyl flowers to go on top of these pumps. So I took just a piece of white vinyl, red vinyl, and a little black button, and I sewed them together, and then I painted them with fabric paints, thinking I could make little whimsical flowers to go on the top of your shoes. And yeah, you can. I haven't tried the flower centers yet with the pearls. I haven't got to it yet because I've been dealing with, you know, playing with these Silly Winks. But anyway, okay, so that's it, and the fashion show's coming along really great. I'm getting the most beautiful, beautiful designs and pictures coming in. So send them in if you want to be in the fashion show. I'm working on it a little bit every day, so it shouldn't be too long before I can put it up. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Have a good holiday. Bye.